Hey y'all, welcome back to I Just Don't Know podcast with me, Angel.
Stay down, came up, God made a way. Stay down, came up, God made.
All right, so as y'all know, we had a super technical issue. First of all, I checked the storage on my phone and I recorded for like 30 minutes and we only got 6 minutes of the recording. So hopefully no technical issues today. So today we're going to be talking about I'm not familiar with it. And of course, at first I was feeling really bad about making notes and stuff about the for the podcast or whatever. But I saw God, He'll lead us to see things or reassure us or reaffirm us. That's what I love about Him so much. I saw this video where this popular therapist that I follow was saying how she does rehearsals. Now, I haven't done rehearsals or nothing like that. Anyway, yeah, so I felt bad and I saw where she was saying she does rehearsals and they do like before the show and before the seminars that she have, they go out and she practice. She reaffirm herself. She go over what she's going to talk about. And I thought that was really, really awesome. And I needed to see that because I was feeling bad. I thought I was supposed to get on here and just go straight from the head. I could, but it's better to have structure. Very good to have structure. Anyway, let's get into it. So, first things first, I want to talk about is affirming yourself. And it's weird affirming yourself at first, but it's something that needs to happen because you're not used to positivity when you're surrounded by negativity. You're not used to saying, I'm valuable, I'm worthy, I can do this. If you're used to putting yourself down, it's going to be hard and it's unfamiliar to you to actually be positive about the way you feel about yourself, but it's important that you do it. Okay. It's going to be difficult to try to change your mindset to the mindset that you should have. Like if you're thinking negatively about yourself and you should be valuing yourself a little bit more, valuing your life a little bit more, it's going to be hard and unfamiliar to you to say change that and become something different. But it's important to do it in order to become the person that you're wanting to be. So each day you're going to take the time out to say, you know what, I'm going to affirm myself. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to think positive. I'm going to be kind to myself, give myself grace. Be patient with yourself to get to where you're trying to go because it's not always easy. It's not going to be days where you want to do it or get up and try, but it's important that you do. So starting out, you want to, and it's easier. This is from experience. It's easier to write it down on a sticky note and eventually start to be vocal. So writing it at first is going to be the easiest part. So what you want to do, get you some sticky notes and a cute little ink pen. Sit it beside your bed or put it in something where you'll know where it is. And you want to start out, just write something like, I am somebody. Start out with that because it's important to know that you are somebody and you matter in this world. You make a difference. We need you here. So I am somebody. And put the sticky note somewhere. You can get like a little box that you want to maybe put your sticky notes in, or if you want to put them on the mirror, the wall, wherever you feel comfortable. It don't matter where you put it. What matters is you show up and do it. Okay, so start out, I am somebody. The next day, I am worthy. I deserve good things to happen to and for me. I'm valuable. My life makes a difference. My life matters. My time is important. I am important. I have hopes and aspirations and they matter to me. They are important. They are achievable. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And you want Christ to be the center of your affirmations because he's the one who shows us how to love ourselves. I'll never forget my experience in the kitchen. And I don't know if I talked about this on the last episode, and I think I talked about it on the episode that didn't go well. Anyway, I was in the kitchen And I can remember the brokenness and the pain that I was feeling about my life. I was just broken and shattered into pieces about never being, number one, never being the top pick, never being first choice. And it's nothing, people will try to make you feel bad. They'll try to say, oh, you'll pick me, you're a people pleaser. Don't listen to people. People have no, they can't change your life. They could change your life, but it has to start from inside. So if you know that you're like a person that feels some type of way, never being invited, never being chosen, or never being picked, deal with that. Choose you first, so that way when others don't choose you, it won't be so hard. And there's nothing wrong with being honest about that. If you're honest about what you're going through and the way that you're feeling, you can get some help. Things can get better for you. Okay, so I was in the kitchen and I was just dwelling back over my life, from, relationships, friendships, just different things, successfulness. I was just dealing with a lot and feeling it all at one time. It just kind of came crashing down on me. And I was just feeling like, dog, you know what? I've always been secondhand. I've always been second pick. The devil is so tricky and cunning, and once you start to dwell on those thoughts and feelings, he gonna come right in. He gonna come in so smooth, like never before. Okay, so I was already thinking those things, and he began to say about how growing up, we grew up poor and we didn't have a lot, so a lot of our stuff was secondhand. And a lot of times when we had like food or something, it would be food that my mom would have gotten from, like, okay, let's say for the holidays, and I'm gonna get to where I'm going, y'all. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. When we would go for the holidays and we would have like meals and stuff at like family homes and stuff like that, my mom would like pack plate or two or like three, and she would bring it home so we would have something to eat down through the week. And the devil like brought all that back to my memory. Everything in my whole life has always been secondhand, so I'm always going to be secondhand. No, that's not true. But God spoke to me in that moment, and I was crying. I was standing there crying. I was alone. I was in the kitchen by myself, just me and God. And I was crying and I was broken into pieces. And God spoke to me. He chose me. He chose me, and it was time for me to choose myself. And he showed me how to choose myself. He showed me how to love myself, how to affirm myself, how to reassure myself. When you start to do that, and I was treading in unfamiliar territory, I didn't know how to pick myself. I didn't know how to set those boundaries to say I'm important and what I have going on in my life is important, and I don't have to stop what I'm doing for you. That goes back to the sharing is caring. It teaches you to put yourself second and others first. And if you never learn how to choose yourself first, or you never learn how to affirm yourself or feed positivity into you, then you're always going to be depleted. You're always going to be running on empty. You're always going to be abusing yourself mentally, because we can abuse ourselves as well. You want to take the time out to affirm yourself, build yourself back up. Even if it started early on in your life, you want to take the time to build yourself back up. You are somebody. You are worthy. You are deserving. Your goals, your dreams, they matter. You matter. Your life matters. You make a difference. You bring light into a dark world where we need it so terribly. I mean, and you have to start with your mind. You have to start with the way you feel about yourself. You have to start day by day. You have to show up for yourself. It matters if you're showing up for yourself. You're one thought away from changing your whole life, your whole perspective. And if you don't believe that you can, guess what? It'll never happen. You have to start. Even if it's unfamiliar, even when it feels weird, even when you cringe. Like when I first started affirming myself, I would be looking in the mirror and I would be like, you beautiful. And you would think like I was talking to, you would think I was making myself, and I was making myself say those things to myself, because I wasn't used to that. I wasn't used to saying I was beautiful and I was valuable, I was worthy, I was deserving, I was a good person. You have to tell yourself those things until you believe it. You're not going to believe it at first, and it's going to be hard, but you can do it. You're capable. You even have to tell yourself that I'm capable. I can do this. I can make this happen. Don't look at the circumstances. Don't look at what it is and what you know what it is. Don't look at that. Forget that. Ignore that. Imagine what you want it to be. And that's what you focus in on, because that's what's going to manifest. What you put out is what you're going to get back in. Remember that. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Building a strong community. And I'm going to talk about this from experience because I'm actually in the process of doing that now, and I'm unfamiliar with all of it. I don't know, a lot of times when our trust is broken, or we are in an awkward position when it comes to rebuilding a community, rebuilding a safe space around us, it's really difficult and it's hard because trust is involved. And trust, you can't see it, you can't feel it. It's light, and it's something that's, once it's broken, it's so hard to rebuild it. And we have to focus on within ourselves to say, I'm going to try this out one more time. Even if you failed that time, you have the ability to try again to build that community. Okay, so you can pray, ask God, Lord, show me how to discern and figure out who to trust. Show me who to trust, so that way I can build a safe community, a strong community around me. And we all need a community. When I say community, I mean a village, like friends, family. You can create family. You can create new friends. So don't be afraid to tread in that territory, because we all need that support system to accomplish what we're going after. You need like-minded people, like spiritual people around you, people that are honest, people that have what you're trying to get, or they're trying to get to that same place. I think I talked about this in my very first video, but it's very important to surround yourself with those people, because they're where you are, they're where you're trying to go, and others are trying to get where you're trying to go. I think I said that all kind of jumbled up, but I'm not going to edit it out. Anyway, you understand what I'm saying. And if you don't understand, let me say it again. You want to surround yourself with people that are where you're trying to go, or they're trying to go to that same place. You also want to surround yourself with people that enjoy what you enjoy. If let's say, for example, not even for example, in real life, let's say you like to take naps on vacation. I love a good nap on vacation. And I ain't saying you got to ask people, you like to take naps on vacation? You can. I mean, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about that, it's good to ask those questions about people, because you want to know, like, do they like what you like? Do they enjoy what you enjoy? I'm a foodie. I also like to take naps on vacation. You want to find out, do they like to take naps on vacation, or do they like to just be up the whole vacation doing stuff? Now, I do stuff. I have an itinerary. I love itineraries and stuff, but I also include my naps on my itinerary. And if you're surrounded by people that don't like to take naps, they're going to think you're a Debbie Downer. So you got to get with like-minded people, anyway, that enjoy what you like. Okay, also, if you're a foodie and the other people or person is not really a foodie and they don't really enjoy going to restaurants, they're not going to enjoy what you like to do on vacation or not on vacation, like in everyday life. Okay, let me kind of bring my thoughts in, because it's kind of scattered with that. You basically want to try to build a community with people that have the same interests as you. See now, God is so good, because I had lost my thought, but he gave it back. Anyway, you want to build a community that they have the same interests in you. Like, I love DIY projects. Okay, for example, I love to try to rebuild stuff, or I'm a solutions person. So I like to try to fix stuff that's broken, even people. I try to And you have to be careful with that. If you're the type of person that like to fix things naturally, you're going to also like to try to fix people, and you can't. You cannot fix broken people. You can help them, you can lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink. Okay, you could give them the blueprint, but you can't make them build the house. You could give them the supplies, you can give them what they need, but most of the time it takes a personal encounter, like my encounter in the kitchen. It takes that to change. It takes that to help a person fix themselves. You can't fix people on your own. So anyway, on your own, I'm saying on your own like you could do it, but you can't fix people. Anyway, okay, so you basically want to try to build a community of people that are similar to you. That way, it's not, you don't have to dim your light. They don't have to dim theirs. You don't try to have to come down to them or come up to them, and they don't have to come down to you or up to you. That way, it's a balance. It's a balance, and that's important. Okay, so that was a little all over the place, but I think I got the point across. Okay, let's move on. And you know what? Let me touch on this too with the community. You want to be with people that's going to hold you accountable. That's important. When you slacking, they're going to let you know you slacking, friend. Like, you need to kind of come on up. And you also want to be with people that's going to encourage you when you're stagnant. A lot of times we get stagnant in life when we're trying to accomplish our goals. It's going to happen. It's just natural. So when you're at that stagnant place, you want to be surrounded by people that can recognize that and then also push you along and know how to push you. You have to know how to deal with the people that's in your group. You want to know how to love them properly. It's important for friends and intimate relationships. It's important for y'all to know each other's love language. And you don't have to, you can ask them what their love languages are, because that's a part of communication. But you also want to pay attention to what their top language is, or what their top style of love is, because you can't force your style of love on others. And that's important. Even in relationships, friendships, marriages, whatever, you can't force your love style on other people. You have to figure out what's the best way for them to be loved, and then compromise and do it willingly, because if not, it's not going to work. They'll feel, let's say, for example, your love language may be words of affirmation. You love words of affirmation, but their love language is physical touch. Okay, if they're only holding your hand all the time and never saying anything to affirm you, you're going to feel a little bit less loved. You're not going to feel completely loved because your love language is not being fed. That's important. Anyway, that's a whole nother segment. Okay, so let's move on. Trusting God instead of the process. All right, this one is hard and it's big. You want to ensure that you start building trust in God instead of the process, because a lot of times the process is what we're doing. And what we need to do is lean more to God doing it instead of our abilities. Okay, we know we can count on ourselves to show up. We know that we can count on what we can do for ourselves. But it's hard to say, I'm going to relinquish that ability into God's hand. But God, He's infinite. He's wise. He knows all. He can do all. Everything comes through Him. He's the source. So you want to make sure that you're leaning into trusting Him instead of trusting and relying on yourself. You want to give all that over to God. And it's hard because you're saying, I don't know about that. I don't know. I know what I could do. I know I can make this happen. I know I could go out here and just, produce results. But you got to say, His word tell us to lean on Him, in all our ways acknowledge Him. He wants us to trust Him. And when you start showing and trusting and believing in God and showing Him that you're going to solely depend on that trust and faith and belief in Him, He'll start moving on your behalf. Like, you'll start seeing things happen that you couldn't even think, that you couldn't even wonder about. He's He's all in all, and he's capable to produce the results that we need. His results are going to be better than what we can produce on our own. We just have to trust and rely on him. He's dependable. He's trustworthy. He can do it. What we seek and ask him to do for us, if all we have to do is believe, we don't even have to. Now, faith without works is dead. But this is just how big and how good God is. We don't even have to do a lot for him to move. All we have to do is demonstrate that we're going to believe him, believe his power and what he can do for us. And he'll show up. He'll do it. He'll do more, exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask or think. So, and he's proven that he can be trusted. You know how you get with somebody and they just destroy your trust, and you just cannot. Y'all, I really hope y'all can't hear that blower outside my door, because I'm on the 3rd floor. Why are they even up here blowing that off? Leaves don't even get up here. But anyway, he's proven that he can be trusted. You know how you get with somebody and they show you little by little that you can't trust them? God has never shown us that he can't be trusted, whether in our lives or somebody else's life. He's proven that he can show up. He's going to show up every time. And all he wants us to do is believe that he can. It's hard, but you have to consciously decide every day, I'm going to trust God. Tell yourself that. Add that to your affirmations every day. I'm going to trust God. I'm going to believe God. I had to do that. I had to. When I had nothing else, all I had was, I'm going to trust God. All I had was, I'm going to let God do this. That's when my mama passed. That's all I had. That's literally all I had. I didn't have nothing else but, okay, God, I'm going to trust you, because it was bleak. It was shaky. It was uncertain. It was dark. It was scary. It was the valley of death. Like, what in the world? I mean, the fear was coming in, because it was like, I heard something this morning and I thought it was so beautiful and it was so powerful. I was listening to one of my motivational videos this morning on YouTube, and the gentleman said, sometime God, before he gives the harvest, he clears the field. What? Wait a minute. I'm going to say it again. Before God gives the harvest, he clears the field. And it could be devastating. You're suffering loss. And it don't have to be death of a person. It could be financial loss. It could be spiritual. It could be, but when he gives the harvest, the new harvest in the field, it consumes every corner. It blossoms into something so beautiful. And God spoke to me one time, and he told me sometimes he uses pain to push us into our purpose. Sometimes we have to experience that loss before he gives us what he has for us, so we'll take care of it, so we'll be grateful for it, so we'll know how to treat it and nurture it so that it can continually grow. It's just good. It's just good. Okay, now my last topic. Now this is for a lot of y'all, because here lately I've been feeling a lot of people. The people are broken and they're searching for a savior. It's God. God is the one that can mend the brokenhearted. He's the one who can comfort and give peace, love, and happiness. Those things that you're searching for, those prayers that you've been praying, those tears you've been crying. God is the one that He's pulling at you. He's pulling at your heartstrings. He's tugging at you. And you know it. You know it, but you're avoiding it. But it's time to give in. It's time to surrender to him. Walking and living for God is so unfamiliar, but you have to consciously decide you're going to choose God every day, because he chose you first. Okay, when you decide that you're going to live for God, it's scary, it's unknown, but God, he'll be the guide for you. He'll be the light for you. You have to give him a chance, though, to be God in your life and to be all that you need. You have to give him that opportunity first. It's unfamiliar because you just don't know. You're not familiar with doing it his way. You're familiar with doing it your own way. You're familiar with living how you've been living, and you have to give all of that up in order to live for God. And that's unknown. But God gives us the know-how. He gives us the day-to-day. He's going to be the one to show you what you need to do, where you need to go, how you need to talk, how you need to dress, how you need to change your life, what you need to change in your life. He's the person, he's the source, he's the thing, he's everything. So you tap in with him and he'll give you what you need in order to tread that unfamiliar territory. He'll make the way easy for you. He'll make the way. I mean, he is the way, the truth, the life. He's all. And you probably don't know like how to say choose God. You have to do it one day at a time. You have to one day at a time just choose him and decide that it's time for me to choose him, because he's already chosen you. He's already communicating with you. He's already pulling at your heart. You feel it, but you're like, what is this? I don't know. I really don't. I'm unfamiliar with that. I don't know about that. Well, you have to say, Lord, help me. Show me how. Show me which way to go. Show me what direction to go in. Show me what church to go to. Lead me there. Guide me. Be the light for me in the dark place, so that I can come out and I can be able to help others and show others which way to go and what to do. That way they're not treading in unfamiliar territory alone. We all need each other. We're better together. So with all this being said, going in unfamiliar things is hard sometimes. Relationships, new job ventures, new entrepreneur ventures, just all things that are unfamiliar to us, they're worth it in the end, because sometimes we have to do that unfamiliar and uncomfortable thing to get to where we're trying to go. You can't get to where you're wanting to go staying in the same place. You have to start doing what you don't know. You have to start going after what's uncertain, because if you don't, you'll never know. And if you didn't know, now you know. I'll see y'all next time.
Stay down, came up, God made a way.